It's true.
And Warrior was one of the classes that people were considering to be pretty strong against Hunter. And Face Hunter does well against Rogue. Face Hunter usually does well against most variations of Mage. Maybe not Fatigue Mage.
Yeah, Fatigue Mage, it seems like it could run into problems, but I feel like Hunter would put enough pressure on it.
But I think Tiddler would have gone with Mage in this scenario
If it was Fatigue Mage.
if it was Fatigue Mage.
Well, Fatigue Mage isn't heavily reliant upon the legendary, it's more upon the board clears.
Yeah, I don't know if Fatigue Mage would even be
Possible.
possible. Because there's a lot of key components.
Well, that Thanos draw was pretty much on point.
That's a pretty clean clear going on right there.
And unfortunately, that Thanos is problematic enough where it like challenged a Wolf Rider. So wait, oh, actually, he got a secret. Is it freezing trap? Or was it explosive?
Freezing.
Freezing trap.
It's pretty good, if only for the fact that he's getting weapon charges out of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's 3 more damage.
Because as the rogue player in this matchup, it's really tough because you have to find a balance between making sure you keep up on the board and clear the board while trying not to take as much damage from using your weapon as removal. Because in that case, you're just sort of helping the hunter by sort of racing against yourself. He actually picks up an explosive trap as well.
Direwolf Alpha. It's a beast, so it helps get some of that kill command synergy, or if he has anything else that synergizes with beasts.
Oh man, this is just so much damage being piled on.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting and somewhat hilarious is that explosive trap, if it gets paused when there's a spell power minion like Thanos or Azure Drake, it actually does more damage.
Yeah, 3 damage. It's one of those interactions that it's tough to point out, or it's tough to find practical use for, just because you rarely see spell power in Hunter.
No, when do you ever see it?
Piloted Shredder, I guess, bringing out a Blood Mage Thanos would be like the most likely scenario that you would have seen in the past, because Piloted Shredder was becoming quite popular in Hunter. Towards the end of the Undertaker era.
Yeah, it makes sense for sure. But if you're in Tiddler's shoes, how do you weather this storm?
You have to find a balance between making sure that you're putting enough pressure on the board to start threatening damage, also making sure that you're not going to die yourself. He's at 13 health on turn 6, so
there's no more. Yeah, there's no more traps, at least at the moment, so he's just going to go ahead and Blade Flurry and do as much damage as possible. He's going to race the Hunter.
And as tough as it is to race a Face Hunter, it's something that usually you have to do as the rogue player. Leroy! Hello! That makes sense. Well...
So, I mean, he's basically on a 2-turn kill now. If he gets Leroy in now before Sludge Belcher, he's down to just a hero power.
He might be slightly worried about...
Well, what happens is he's going to attack, and then if he attacks into it, then he gets the 2 extra damage and hero power. So, like, the explosive trap is just to squeeze in more damage.
Yeah.
And this needs to draw something to stall, but looks like it's not going to be enough. He can kill this Leroy and pass, but he has to avoid tacking into, like, I guess you eviscerate the face or something.
Daggers up.
You don't have the Ragnaros. You have a 1 in 3 chance to win right here.
I guess you have a 1 in 3 chance to win either way.
That's true.
And this way you're preventing... You also have a chance to prevent damage if you don't win. Well, Ragnaros is a good choice.
It's probably
because
his
you can
best
avoid
bet.
traps. Yeah.
Wow, I actually didn't realize this was an opening as well. Oh my goodness. Ah, well, Tides looks like he's got it. That Unleash the Hounds will add the last bits of damage. And Tides will climb up 2-1 over Tiddler.
And all he has left is a mage. And depending on what mage this is, this could be very disastrous. Mage was the class that you were saying early on today. It seems like the class that would have the toughest time filling out with 7 legendaries. I mean, I would have thought Face Hunter would be the toughest, but...
I would assume Zoo would be the hardest.
Oh, wow, yeah.
If you